Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we're going to continue with this folio that I'm making for a friend of mine, and in my last video I showed how I made the folio, and on the inside we've got this lovely wallet on this side and a pocket on this side, and then the back is just covered with matching paper. So so what I want to do today is to make some cards, and I found amongst my possessions some of this beautiful paper. This is hunky-dory paper, Flight of the Butterflies, and it's luxury card inserts, but I thought they would make beautiful cards. So so what I've done is I've taken out a few of them. Let's see if I can show you some of the pictures. So you see how beautiful they are. This one. There are some plain ones. There's this one which is covered in butterflies. So the hunky-dory inserts tend to be similar to what they do on the front, but they are muted. But anyway, I didn't think that mattered, and I had also amongst my stash, I had 12 of these pieces of card which I have scored in half and folded to make a card. So I then thought as well, because this is quite narrow, you know, there's quite a bit of paper left over, and a lot of these papers have just got an image here, and then the rest is plain. So I thought how nice it would be to make envelopes to go with the cards. So I have actually gone ahead and made quite a few already, just so that the video wouldn't be very long. So I'll show you what I've made so far, and then we'll finish off a couple together. So these are the cards. Oops. And I think they're really nice. I have got a few toppers that I want to put on some of them. Oops, this one's got. Yes. So I think they've turned out really nicely, and I have made a few envelopes to match with the papers, and so I think, you know, that they have turned out really well, and they'll go really well with the cards. So so we're going to make a couple of envelopes, and we're going to make a couple of cards together, and then so the cards really are quite simple. What I did was I cut 4 inches by 5, because I think the actual card itself is this 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. So that's all I've done. So there's just a tiny little border around the outside, and I just used what I had, even though perhaps I wouldn't necessarily have put, you know, turquoise blue with pink, or teal with pink, because you know, I would have used some other color. But, you know, I'm using what I've got, and I tried to match them up as best I could. So it's just a question of putting that down, and then we got another card, and the same with this one. So this really is a good stash busting exercise, because I've used up those pieces of card that I had, and I've used some of the papers, and so I'm really quite happy. Now this one obviously is a little bit smaller, because I actually got 3 strips out of the 1A4 piece of paper, and they are slightly smaller than A4, slightly smaller than 12 inches. So to make the envelope, I've got an app on my phone actually, which helps me, because the as I said, the card is 4 1/4. I'll just measure it again. Oops. it's 5.25 by 4.25, and this is my envelope punch board. And on this section here where it tells you what size piece of paper to use and where to score, there isn't actually, it doesn't come 5. You see, it's the nearest to it is 5 by 5.5, I think. 4.5 by 6, 4.5 by 5. It's not quite the right size. So, but I do have an app on my phone which I can't show you because I'm filming on the phone, which tells you, you just put in the size of your card and how much, if you want a gusset or not, and it tells you what size paper. So, so the paper turned out to be 7 5/8 square. So it was perfect. So 7 5/8 plus 4 is 11 5/8, which is just perfect for A4 paper, and to score at 3.5 inches. So if you're not familiar with an envelope scoreboard, it's very simple. So we'll just assume I haven't done this. So you line your paper up at 3.5 along this side. So that's where it said to put the first score. Put the first score at 3.5. So I've got 3.5 here, and this is the first score this side, not this side, this side. So you just score down, and then you also punch, and that punch cuts out that little notch. Yeah? So once you've done that, you then turn it around so that this score here lines up along this line here. So, and then you've got a little notch there to make sure, and then you just keep doing the same thing. So again I just score down here and do that notch, turn it around, score that side, and punch that, and the last one, score that side and punch. And then if you want, there is this side here has a corner rounder. So I've just rounded one of the corners on the larger 2 flaps. You can see there are 2 small flaps and 2 larger flaps, because my card isn't square. And if the card was square, they'd all be the same size. So, okay, so then you just burnish your paper, and I'm going to fold up the bottom. So of course it does have a little peak here, but it's up to you whether you leave the peak or whether you cut it off. I'm going to leave it, and all I do is put glue. My glue is running out. Is I put glue, but I'm not going to put it all the way to the top because I had that little peak, so I don't want that to go. So anyway, so all you do is that, and there we have our envelope, and then that folds down, and we've got a beautiful envelope. So I'll just do that again. So we'll fold that over, and we'll fold that over, and then I'm just going to run glue, and I put it along the edge of this flap here, which is going to be stuck down. I put it near the edge, because if you put it here, this bit flaps up. So I mean, you can put it on here instead, but you need to put it away from the edge so that the flap gets caught. Otherwise you end up having to glue it again. So there we are. So let's just see whether, I haven't tried this, see whether a card fits in the envelope. That's perfect. And then that folds over like that. Now, of course, got to have some way of securing the envelope. So I'm going to use some double-sided tape. I can find some. Tape. Yeah. Sorry, I've got it on a rack and I can't get it off. Right, there we are. Okay, so got some double-sided sellotape here, and so I'm just going to put some along the two sides of my envelope, like so, so that when the person comes to to write her card and send it, it will be, it should be able to seal it down. You won't have to go looking for glue or anything like that. So that's it. I learned this tip of using a block. So I'm going to do that to all the envelopes. And we'll be there. So, and I do want to just decorate some of the cards up, because I found in my stash, I found these. This is also hunky-dory, so this all goes very well together because everything is hunky-dory. So this is Thinking of You Popper Topper. So they do what they call a popper topper paper pad, where you get a series of toppers that you can pop out, and they're ready to go. So and it's the same collection as these background papers that I've been using. That says From Across the Miles. I won't be using that one. And this says Sent with Love. So that's nice. Let's see what else we've got here. Thinking of You. Yeah, we can use that. Thinking of You. So we can use all of these toppers to decorate our cards. So that's good. So the only criticism I have of hunky-dory is that they leave, when you pop these things out, you get left with pips all the way around, which can be a bit annoying. And yeah, you don't need to cut them off, but if they're very noticeable, then it's better to cut them off. This one is really noticeable. So we're going to finish decorating these cards together, and then I'll go off camera to finish putting the sellotape on the envelopes, and then we'll pop them in the folder. I'm really excited about doing this. You know, it has stretched my creativity, as I said in the first video, because I was winging it. You know, I'd seen people do various aspects of this, but I've never done it myself, and I didn't have any measurements, so it was really good fun. You know, just trying to work out what I wanted to do and to make it work. So I'm very happy with that, and I hope you like what I made as well, and I hope the recipient likes what I've made. So yeah, so there we are. So okay, so that's those pips all cut off. I'll just see this one. Something with Love. Yeah. Okay, so let's bring in the cards and let's see which ones we're going to put these sentiments on, because I don't know that they'll go with everything. So I'm not going to think too much about it. I don't think this one needs anything. I don't think that one needs anything. So we could put one on here. I don't think this one needs anything, but we could put the Sent with Love on it. This one. thinking of you. This one, I just put one in the corner. This one, again, maybe just one. And got 2 left. I don't think these 2 need it. I've got this one, which perhaps I could put in the middle, or I could put this one. I think I might. See, sometimes Hunky Dory give you these frames, and you can use as many or as few as you like. So I think maybe I'm going to take that out. And so these have been really quick and easy to do. I mean, it's really kind of a batch working. Is that the word? Batch production. And I'm thinking of using a little bit of raised tape, or no, I'm going to use if I can find them. These are very thin. They're 1 millimeter thick, and I find that quite useful because it doesn't give too much dimension, but it gives a bit. So put the pin in my glue before it decides to spill everywhere. Right, there we are. Right, so these are 1 millimeter thick circles, and as I said, they give a bit of dimension without making it too thick. So we're just going to do that. We're just going to stick these down. So I think I'm going to just pause for a moment while I finish this off, and then we'll put them in the folder together, and then I think one more thing I want to put inside, so I'll come back one more time and to finish off this folder, and then I'll be able to get it in the post. Actually, I'm just wondering whether this one would look better here. I think it might. So these, when I punch them all out, I cut up what's left and use that as well. I don't know if you do that, but it's, you know, it's a pity to waste all that other good stuff that's there. Yes, no, I like that there. So okay, so we've got this one. I think I've made a dozen cards, so quite a lot, but anyway, I think, well, they'll be useful for the person who receives them, and I'm not thinking of putting any sentiment on them, any sort of definite sentiment like happy birthday or anything like that, so that they can be used for any occasion, which I think can help. So that this one, yes, because it just says thinking of you, so that's pretty basic, isn't it? So, and then I'm just going to put this with love here, but these are too big, so I'm going to stick this one down. I'm very aware, you know, of not making things too thick, so that, you know, for postage, as the post is now so extortionate, just can't believe how expensive the post is now. I think it's just Amazing. So actually I will just finish these two on camera, and then I'll stick the envelopes, put the double-sided sticky, oh, I can't speak, the double-sided sellotape on the envelopes, and then we will come back and put them in the folder together. So so bear with me, it'll be 2 seconds for you, and it will be probably about 10 minutes for me. So I've got one left over now. So let's see if I want to put one on any of these. Maybe this one. Yeah, maybe this one. Just want to use them up, really. I don't, I could always put them in my stash busting kit, but no, I don't want to do that. I think let's just use what we've got. And right, okay, so I think maybe what if I put this Sent with Love here as well? That might look nice. As you can see, I'm really not giving it much thought at all, just winging it. And that is the way that I craft. When I'm putting things together, I might think about the beginning part. I'm going to pop this one out as well. A little bit about design and layout and things, but when I get going and it comes to embellishments and things, I just put down the first thing that I like, really. So this is the last of these, and there we are. Although I used glue on my envelopes, you can of course use double-sided sellotape to stick down these bits, and that's of course equally acceptable. So right, so as I said, I'm going to finish off the envelopes now, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, so that's all done. So let's put these together. Well, I'm not sure actually. Shall I put them together? Or yeah. I'll just pop them like this. 2, 3. I'm really pleased with how these have come out. Where are the rest of my cards? Oh, here we are. 3, 4. And really, they haven't taken any time at all. Perhaps about, altogether, maybe about an hour. So an hour of pleasure. I'm hoping that I've calculated correctly with the number of envelopes and cards. That would be fun if I haven't, wouldn't it? I think I've got more envelopes than cards actually. That doesn't matter. Yeah, I've got one extra envelope. So, but I might have a card lying around which I can't see at the moment. So. Right. So there we are. There are envelopes. I've got extra envelope here. So we're going to put these into our folder. So let's see how many we've got. One, I think there might be 11 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, So that's 6. And this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So there we are. So they fit perfectly in my wallet, which is great. And I'm just going to find 1 or 2 other things to put inside, as I said. So I'll probably come back a 3rd time to make a few things. I might try and find another piece of paper to make make a 6th card for this side, so that they, so that it's even. Because 11 is a bit of a funny number, isn't it? So I mean, I've got plenty of paper, and it's just to find a piece of card that matches. So thank you for watching. Take care, everybody, and have a lovely day. See you all again soon. Bye for now.